So the Chief of Staff for the Indian Army, General Upendra Dwivedi, has spoken out on the India-China border deal that we saw announced yesterday by the Indian Foreign Ministry and which has been confirmed today by the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So the General Dwivedi talking about a number of things about how this India-China border deal will progress, what needs to happen for disengagement to take place, what the expectations of the Indian military are, and also striking a tone of caution. Joining me now is Shivani Sharma, who also covers defense for India Today. Shivani, thank you so much for joining us. Could you please tell us a little bit about, you were there hearing the Army Chief speak. Could you tell us a little bit about what struck out to you in terms of what the Army Chief said in his statement on this India-China border deal?
These developments since yesterday when the MEA had announced that India and China have mutually reached on an agreement to resume the patrolling as it used to happen before the Galwan clash in 2020. So today, the Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi has also confirmed that this agreement has been made between India and China when it comes to the patrolling between both the countries on these friction points. General Upendra Dwivedi was speaking at an event at USI in New Delhi where somebody asked him the question about the development. So he said that this is a positive development, and we had been saying this since the very beginning of the round of talks, that is after June when these round of talks had started, that we want status quo. That means the situation that prevailed before the Galwan clash, that is the situation of April 2020, where both the countries had their own areas of perception of the line of actual control. They used to patrol, there were buffer zones. And he said that this is the initial step that has taken place as the MEA has announced. And there were several round of talks, in fact, discussions that were happening not only at the diplomatic level, Shashank, but also at the military levels, both at the top commander level and also on the ground level where the local commanders were speaking to each other. They were also trying to find a solution to this issue, especially the 2 points that have been the traditional friction points. We call them traditional friction points because this has been the issue since decades. Since after 2013, there have been issues on Depsang Plains and Demchok. The other friction points that were the Pangong, so the north and south banks, and the Galwan Valley itself, where we saw how India lost 20 soldiers in that clash that happened. And China has also lost a significant number of their soldiers. So since then, these round of talks had initiated between both the countries to find a solution. And India had been persuading China that we want a resolution through dialogue. But, India was also preparing on ground because we could not trust China after what was done in Galwan. So we were heading up to a state where we have this mirror deployment. That means whatever deployments China was keeping along the line of actual control, India was also keeping those numbers, that kind of equipment, and also the infrastructure. So now when the Army Chief has spoken about this development, he says that we need to be cautious. We have to bring that trust back because we have to watch how the PLA is reacting after this agreement has been made, because it was them who were trying to intrude into the Indian territory, not only at the line of actual control, but we've also seen several such attempts in Arunachal Pradesh also, Shashank. So we need to be very careful with the Chinese PLA. So the Army Chief said that the buffer zones that have been created there, they need to be respected mutually. Right. They should not be creeped in by any of the armies, be it India or China. So we should be given that space and mutual respect. So we call them confidence building measures on ground. So these CMBs